So, in terms of what we're chasing in preparation for Sunday, we are consistent in what we do, because excellence then is not an act but a habit. We need habits in the room, we need habits tonight, we need habits tomorrow, and we need habits on Sunday, good habits, okay?
It's very simple. You need to win. You need to win games of football to be at the top or within the race. And unfortunately, at crunch points in the season, we fell short, and we sit in a position where it's unlikely that we will go up to the Championship this season.
We have been on this journey of hybrid, part-time, non-professional before that. We think that it's important to go full-time, to put the resources behind it, and to make sure that we're giving the opportunity to those involved to progress to the next level. Okay, you're in a new culture. Adapt. That's what they call evolution.
Evolution?
Is the ability to adapt versus perish.
Try not to perish.
Exactly, so you adapt.
I remember when I arrived, it was 2021. It was just me, a head coach. We trained at a leisure centre off-site, and the players had come out in their kit, and we didn't have any names on the back. And Alan was at the game, our first game, and we had a bit of a chat, and he was like, let's try and get this looking and feeling much more professional. We set ourselves 5 years to try and get to the Championship. We're currently in our 4th year, and next season is going to be an exciting one, because we're consistently adding and improving and evolving to get closer to where we want to be.
How are we doing on our manager search?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a couple of weeks. We've had the application out now for about 2 weeks. We've had 85 people apply. We've filtered it in terms of what we want from a coaching licensing perspective.
And what are we looking for?
I think we're looking for someone who can win, who can take us to the next level.
Okay, but we'll get there.
We will?
We will. Okay.
I'm from Burnley. I was born and raised here. I'm a Burnley fan. Used to be a season ticket holder. The ambition of the club, especially for the women's side, is to be promoted to the Championship and then eventually to the WSL. Obviously that's not going to be an overnight thing, but I think the backing behind the club and the facilities and stuff that we have now compared to when I was younger is definitely improved, and they're definitely on the up.
When I think about Burnley and our journey, I think we've tried to be the best version of ourselves we can be. And I don't know many Tier 3 teams and even Tier 2 teams that have the integration at the level we have here. Anyone can come into this training ground and we'll see players that are rehabbing, first team men, first team women. We use the same analysis room. We dine and eat in the same spaces. We use the same 3G. We have the same offices in the same building. We use the same gyms. We're sharing the resources, the knowledge, the infrastructure that the club has across all players, because we know that everybody can benefit from that.
For us, being in and around the men, it's really good to learn from them, and we have chats, and we just get on really well as a club, and it's good to be around them.
Tell me they got another ball, right? Yeah. We only have one ball. Is it in the bin? That's okay, I got it. I got it. It's serious?
I think Alan's been a major part in my decision in moving to Burnley. He's progressive, he thinks big, he has dreams that he's ready to make reality, and it makes my job so much easier to have an owner who is personally, financially invested in wanting to grow the game and do right by the women's team.
You're gonna go surprise some people and make some memories and shock the world that you've got way more talent than they ever even knew, okay? So it's such a pleasure, such an honor to be part of this. For a father of 3 girls to watch this, very proud.
I appreciate you letting me in your locker room. It's a special place. I've been in it many times, but sadly I don't get to do it anymore. So never take this moment for granted. Know how special these days are and know how fleeting they are. So every single second you're out on that pitch, give it everything you have for yourselves, for your teammates, and for the entire town. We love you, we support you, and we can't wait to watch you.
I don't think it's common at all to have your chairman ownership group coming to watch games. I think as a women's side we see Alan, for example, a chairman, so often around the building.
There you go. Hit it. Yeah! We've decided to take the team full time and to make sure that we are focused on giving more resources and getting further along in our development timeline more quickly, hopefully. But we see both the men's team and the women's team and the development pathways that are below that as being super important for now and forever forward.
It can be quite hard for the girls, like being tired coming from work and going to training and then waking up early the next day. So I think going full time would be like a massive thing for the club and for the women's team, because it's our sole focus then on getting promoted and being the best we can be.
My favourite's the home kit. What's yours?
Last year I was a full-time PE teacher, and then this season I've been lucky enough to put that on pause and be full-time football, which I think has helped me massively. There's obviously more pressure to perform well and get results, but I think pressure's a good thing.
Lola oversees the entire women's football development. I think people often see her as a female version of me. Lola and I speak on a regular basis. You know, she carries a heart on her sleeve and is desperate for the women's team here to be really successful and to get promoted. And you know, sometimes there are bumps in the road and you've got to deal with the bumps and not get too carried away if you win and not get too low if you lose.
Just like in the men's game, it's not the end of the world if we don't get to our goal in the first season or the second season or the third season. The great thing is we're going to be here for a very long time and we're going to make progress every single year. Go!
We definitely here at Burnley have and take a huge pride in what we do here, and also want to be known as a team that are doing it the right way. And we're doing it the right way because it is the right way, not because we have to, but because we want to. And when I first came here, I couldn't imagine sitting here 5 years on and having a team that's going full time. So to think about what could happen in another 5 years is equally as exciting, daunting, but equally as exciting. And I think, you know, there's just so many more good years to come.